Hi, my name is Brandi, and I wanted to share with you my story of working with Celeste through the Food Relationship Healing Program. When I went to work with Celeste, I had been dieting for a contest prep, and I was supposed to do a bikini competition in May. And because of COVID and everything getting canceled, I unfortunately wasn't able to compete. So after the end of that diet, I thought, oh great, I'm done dieting. I can just have this big free meal, and I'll go back to my diet. But I spent the whole day just completely binging on food, and it was almost like something inside of me just took over and I could not stop eating no matter what I did. And this continued for the next month or so. It wasn't every day, but at least once or twice a week I would binge, and the whole day would just be a complete write-off. It didn't help that I was stuck at home and I had all this access to food. It wasn't like I was normally at school or out of the house, whereas I'd have that distraction. So I saw Celeste and some of her clients doing these testimonial videos, and I saw how much it seemed to be helping other people. And I thought, well, I want to stop and I want to feel better about myself internally, because I just felt so guilty and ashamed of what I was doing, and it just did not align with my goals or values. But at the same time, I didn't want to start this program and then think, oh great, now I have to stop eating and have to go back to restricting. I just wasn't ready to do it. But it turns out that when I did reach out to Celeste, that was not the case at all. And I decided to go for it. I committed to the process the whole time, and I just started to discover these underlying negative beliefs that I had about food. I would think that, oh, I can't eat that food, it's too calorie dense, or it has no nutritional value to me, or I can't eat that because I'll go way over my macros, so therefore it must be a bad food. And I started to question these thoughts that I had and where did they come from. I would question what I was eating and why I was eating this food, and did eating this food align with my goals? And I realized that that was the main priority, was just, it didn't matter what I ate, and there was no such thing as a good or a bad food, but it mattered about why I was eating it or how it made me feel inside. And these questions that I would write out the answers to in journal every day, they started to become automatic. And not only did I learn this awareness around eating, but also the underlying reasons why I had these beliefs and where they came from, and how we delved deep into my past and how I'd had these feelings since as long as I could remember. And I started to question, well, are these beliefs helpful, or where did they come from, or why do I even have them? Why do I need to put this pressure on myself? And I began to work on personal growth, goal setting, and aligning with these goals and aligning them to my own personal values. And after the program, I'm now in a much healthier spot. I'm not food focused. I don't feel the need to constantly eat. And obviously part of this was due to a healthy amount of weight gain after my competition prep. But now the difference is that when I want to have a treat, I don't need to completely binge and have this massive meal and dessert. Instead, I can kind of just know what I want to eat, and I'll have this set treat, and maybe, it'll go over my macros, or it's not completely on plan, but I can acknowledge that this is what I want to eat. It does not perfectly align with my goals, but it will make me, this is what I want to eat. It will make me feel good, but in this moment, this is what I want to do. And I can accept that now and enjoy the food. And the next day I get back on plan and I move on like it never happened. Or I can accept that it did happen and it doesn't bother me anymore. I don't have to beat myself up or think about, oh, why did you do this? Now you have to restrict the next day. And I also now appreciate my body, and I love her for all that she's given me, and I can really accept that. I used to put myself down and think, well, I have cellulite on my legs, I have stretch marks, my stomach, it doesn't feel so tight. But now I can think, this body, I'm able to be active, I can lift weights, I can go for walks, I can move, and this body actually allowed me to carry my son for 9 months and give birth and go through this incredible process. And it just made me realize how much I should appreciate my body for what it gives me and not because of what it looks like. So I would definitely recommend that anybody try this program if you're struggling like I was. The program doesn't mean the pressure to be strict or to be on plan or even giving up your goals of dieting. It's just about learning to understand the food choices that you're making, why you're making them, and for loving your body for what it gives you instead of for what it looks like. Celeste was so positive and understanding and helpful through the whole entire process, and I would definitely recommend reaching out to her.